This furry little fella, aka the Boykisser, has been around for a good while. I've been meaning to cover it, considering the insane influence it's had on digital culture.
You know, with the time that I have invested researching this whole meme and the sort of nature of it.
So I was walking through the hallways, going to my video production class. I dropped my bag, filled up my water bottle, and then went back to the classroom.
Now, you've probably already noticed, but in the last 2 to 3 years, especially in the furry fandom or even just the LGBTQ+ spaces on the internet, there's been one character that has become almost impossible to avoid. Many know this character as the Boykisser, which is a simple white cat that originally started as a little silly animation, but somehow became one of the most recognizable symbols of the furry fandom. And the story behind how that happened is actually far more complicated than it may first seem. The character was first created by a Twitter artist by the name of Mice in June 2022, initially just as a practice for Flipnote Studio animations. It was called Silly Cat back then, and there wasn't anything particularly special about it until somebody paired it with a very specific caption that changed everything. That fabled caption was, "Ooh, you like kissing boys, don't you?" And what started as a teasing meme in early 2023 has since evolved into something much more significant. A symbol of identity, community, and belonging that's created an entire subculture within the furry fandom, complete with its own communities, creators, and even controversies. So, the transformation from meme to identity symbol happened surprisingly quickly through 2023, and according to content creator dewperland, who became the unofficial voice of the character, the teasing aspect was what drew people in initially. That playful, "No, I don't want to be a boykisser" reaction that some people had created a comedic effect.
But for me, it was that caption of, "You like kissing boys, don't you?" Where I'm like, huh? Kiss boys? I don't like kissing boys, what? And then, "Ooh, you're a boy kisser." I'm like, wait, no, I don't want to be called a boy kisser. I don't like kissing boys. And that kind of whole theme is what got me super attracted to the meme itself.
But somewhere along the way, that teasing evolved into a genuine identification, and the character began representing something deeper for many people in the furry fandom and LGBTQ+ community. Research shows that about 70% of the furry fandom identifies as LGBTQ+, and for many young people discovering their sexuality or gender identity, the Boykisser became somewhat of a safe way to explore those feelings. The character's design itself plays a role in this appeal. It's simple, cute, and non-threatening in a way that makes it approachable for people who might feel uncertain about their identity. As dewperland explained in our interview, many people in the community have self-esteem issues and see themselves in this cute white cat that represents being gay in a soft, non-intimidating way. What's particularly interesting is how this meme functions as what researchers might call identity scaffolding, providing a framework for people to explore aspects of themselves that they might not feel comfortable expressing directly. It's similar to how personas work in general, but more specifically targeted towards LGBTQ+ identity exploration. To be honest, the community that formed around the Boykisser meme is actually quite substantial. dewperland mentioned that the second largest furry Discord server is actually the Boykisser Cafe, with around 75,000 members as of our interview. That's not just a meme community, that's a genuine social space where people are forming friendships, relationships, and finding support. The demographics of this community are particularly telling. It's heavily skewed towards younger, gay-identifying individuals who are often both new to the furry fandom, but also exploring their sexuality. Many of these people have experienced bullying or rejection in other spaces, making the acceptance they find in the Boykisser communities especially visually meaningful. What happens to be created is essentially a pipeline effect, where the meme serves as an entry point to the broader furry fandom for LGBTQ+ youth. Someone might discover the character through TikTok or Twitter, relate to the identity it represents, and then gradually become more involved in the furry community's art and culture. The community has also developed its own variations and subcultures. There's the connection to the femboy communities that dewperland mentioned, the creation of soft boy identities as alternative to more presentations, and even the emergence of related characters such as the man-kisser for those who want to age up the concept.
Yeah, like they're just like this of the femboy community, like the fishnets, the thigh highs. There's a lot of prominent furry femboy like content creators out there that show that wears these kind of attire, which isn't like a bad thing in my opinion, but it definitely gives like the wrong idea to people who are who are often exposed to this of like femboy.
Understanding why the Boykisser resonates so strongly requires looking into the psychology of marginalized group formation, particularly for LGBTQ+ youth. Studies show that LGBTQ young people are nearly twice as likely to experience harassment and bullying, creating a need for safe spaces to explore their identity. The furry fandom has historically served this function, providing what researchers call a sanctuary space for people who feel different or marginalized. The openness and acceptance within furry communities allow people to explore aspects of their sexuality and gender identity they might not feel comfortable expressing elsewhere. The Boykisser meme amplifies this effect by providing a specific, recognizable symbol that immediately communicates both furry and LGBTQ+ identity. It's like wearing a flag or using specific terminology. It signals belonging and helps people find others who share similar experiences and identities. dewperland's own journey illustrates this perfectly, discovering the character through his interest in Sonic, which eventually led to exploring furry content, which led to finding the Boykisser meme, and eventually becoming its most recognizable voice. That progression from curiosity to community involvement is replicated across thousands of young people who discover the character.
A friend of mine wanted to watch what was the movie Sonic the Hedgehog 2 with his little sibling. And I was like, okay, well, let's go all together. I watched it. I never heard or like seen of Sonic before. This was during my normie phase, and I've never heard of like Sonic and never heard of all of this kind of stuff. And I saw this, and I was like, wait, Tails? Like the character Tails is so cute.
Of course, the popularity and visibility of the Boykisser has also created significant challenges and controversies. The use of boy in the name has led to accusations about targeting minors, and there have been instances where predators have used this symbol to target vulnerable young people in the community. These issues highlight the complex dynamics at play when a meme becomes an identity symbol for a vulnerable population. While the vast majority of Boykisser community members are just young people exploring their identity in a safe place, the visibility and association with youth makes it very attractive to bad actors. The community had to develop its own active moderation and safety measures to address these challenges. Servers like the Boykisser Cafe have strict policies and monitoring systems, but the broader internet presence of the meme makes complete oversight impossible. I think that's also the same with the furry community in terms of there are active measures to get rid of it, and it's not accepted in the community whatsoever. But of course,
no, it isn't.
There is people that are bad, just like any community. But it doesn't.
There are.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are the majority, it is just the loudest. There's also the ongoing tension about how the symbol is perceived outside the community. The association with LGBTQ+ identity and the furry fandom means it faces the same stigma and misunderstanding that both communities regularly encounter, plus additional controversy due to its specific focus on young gay identity exploration. Anyway, despite the controversies, the Boykisser's cultural impact within furry and LGBTQ+ spaces has been undeniable. It's appeared on everything from car stickers to graffiti, and it's inspired music, art, and countless variations. It has quite literally become what dewperland called a symbol of the furry fandom, whether you like it or not. The longevity of the memes suggests it's filled a genuine need within these communities. Most memes only last between a few weeks or maybe a few months, but the Boykisser has maintained relevance and active communities for over 2 years now. That power to stay relevant indicates it's serving as more than just entertainment, but as a genuine cultural touchstone, if you wanted to call it that. Looking forward, both the opportunities and challenges are likely to continue. The symbol provides valuable representation and community for LGBTQ+ youth discovering the furry fandom, while also requiring ongoing vigilance to protect vulnerable community members. As dewperland noted, the community has largely been positive for him personally, but acknowledging the negative aspects is crucial for addressing them, and then of course fixing them.
And accepting the reality of the negativity benefits us in a way where we can be like, yeah, we know the problems, we can fix it together with the help of outside communities from the furry fandom and the Boykisser fandom, or entirely within, which is always possible, and people are actively doing it.
What could be considered the most significant part is how the Boykisser represents the evolution of internet culture and identity formation. The way a simple animation became a complex symbol of community, belonging, and even self-discovery shows how online spaces continue to provide new pathways for marginalized individuals to find connections and explore their authentic selves. So, when examining the Boykisser phenomenon, what emerges is a story that's both uniquely modern and surprisingly universal. The human need for belonging, acceptance, and identity exploration finds new expression through memes and digital communities, creating spaces where young people can discover who they really are. The connection to the furry fandom isn't coincidental. It reflects the community's long history of providing refuge for people who feel different, combined with the creative freedom that allows for identity exploration through anthropomorphic characters. The Boykisser has simply made that process more visible and accessible to a specific demographic. Whether the symbol continues to evolve, maintains its current form, or eventually becomes a nostalgic marker of this particular moment in internet and LGBTQ+ history remains to be seen. But its impact on thousands of young people who found community and self-understanding through it has already been established. Ultimately, the Boykisser story demonstrates both the power and responsibility that comes with internet culture and community formation. The ability to create meaningful connection and identity exploration balanced against the need to protect vulnerable individuals and maintain healthy community standards. This has been a really interesting topic to look into, but I would love to hear what you have to say about it all. So if you'd like, you can leave a comment in the comment section below, or if you'd like to communicate with the community surrounding this channel live, you can join my Discord at dsc.gg/skykes. And with that, I hope you all have a fantastic day.